What up, YouTube Alaics? Come back at you with another custom StarCraft 2 cast. Today, we have another one featuring the SC Evo Complete mod, which puts together the StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2 races. Should be a really fun one today. Spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map, it's our red Brood War Terran player barcode going up against his opponent. Spawning on the top left-hand side of the map, it's our blue StarCraft 2 Protoss player barcode also. So barcode versus barcode today. One of these players is a Grandmaster player. I don't know about the other one. I'm not going to tell you which one is the Grandmaster, but all I know is this game is going to be sick. Now, what do we have right here? We have what is going to be a proxy pylon just out of the range of our red scouting SCV, so this will not be spotted, and this is actually going to be a proxy gateway. So for a second, I thought maybe this was going to be a proxy Stargate, but I did not have my production tab up. I have it up now. But the red SCV, our red barcode player, will see that there's a chrono boost on the cybernetics core. That should tell him that maybe, just maybe, it's not guaranteed necessarily, but just maybe our blue Protoss player wants to rush out Warp Gate and do something outrageously cheesy, and I am here for it. We haven't had a cheesy game on my channel in quite a minute, so we'll see. Taking a look at what our red player is up to, there's no wall. You're a Terran player and there's no wall. Okay, we have what is going to be the bunker, but no wall. This could be it. This could spell disaster for our red Brood War Terran player. This is going to be wild. And seeing what I think is maybe going to be like a 4-gate, a 4 or a 3 gate against a Brood War Terran player should be really interesting. There is a Vulture on the way towards the blue side of the map. Will likely get some kills. There's one adept. Will spot this though. Will our barcode player not get the shade? Okay, he cancels the shade. But this is going to be brutal actually. The one adept against the Vulture. Do we have Warp Gate? Warp Gate is just now finishing up. 3 of the probes do go down. Luckily, the adept is actually tanky itself. Shades right on top of that Vulture and takes it down. Looks like 5 workers killed, though, at 3.5 minutes into the game. 1 Vulture for 5 workers is a really good trade. At the same time, though, we have what is that cheesy push from our blue Protoss player, and there's no wall, dude. There's no wall. I don't think he actually scouted that, though, so our blue Protoss player is just like, hey, look, I'm assuming that ramp is walled off, so I'm going to go full commit into the natural mineral line and lose virtually all of my adepts. I'm not sure if that was worth the trade. That definitely wasn't worth the trade. Only 3 workers killed by our blue Protoss player. Almost 900 resources lost to 300 resources lost. A deficit for our blue StarCraft 2 Protoss player. I almost called him Brew. I almost put Protoss and blue together into one word. I'm sorry. I almost said brew, and I could use a brew. It's the weekend. These spider mines, though, doing a great job at defending against this cheese. We have the mass recall. There was an adept in the main base that did go down, likely to one of these Vultures. This Vulture with the 5 kills. Spider mine is now researched, actually, so these spider mines are really going to do a good job at turtling this this red Terran player. Scan does go down in the main base for the blue Protoss. Now, the scan, if you're not familiar with Brood War Terran, there's no orbital command. You have a comsat station. So this comsat station is your scanner, and you can also actually build a nuclear silo. So it's either the comsat station or the nuclear silo. If our red Terran player decides to go for the nukes, we do have what is going to be, excuse me, a command center as well. 1 command center. I was going to say there is a push on the blue side of the map. 3 more Vultures. Will they put down some spider mines at this 3rd base location? 1 spider mine does go down, almost gets killed by that stalker. We have Blink on the way as well. So the Blink Stalkers will do a good job at keeping themselves alive, I feel like, to the spider mines. The spider mines require a bit of micro. Looks like finally the proxy has been spotted. This pylon will likely go down. These hero Vultures doing good work. They take so long to take out the pylon, though, man. Looks like there is going to be a push to save that gateway. Simultaneously, we have what is going to be a push into the main base of the blue Protoss player. I almost said brew again. That is such an aggressive use of the spider mines too, just planting a bunch of spider mines to go through the healing of the shield battery to go into the main base, and suddenly we have 3 vultures. All these probes are trying to run for their lives. 6 probes, excuse me, go down. Finally, the Stalker's here to save the day, but 15 workers killed by our red Terran player already. This base is as good as shut down until these vultures are taken care of. There are no spider mines here, though, so the blink on top of these vultures will take care of that. We also have some spider mines under the grass, or under, I guess this looks more like seaweed. I love that, man. And somehow this is still alive. Somehow that warp gate is not dead. To be fair, the vultures don't do a lot of DPS against buildings, though. Where they shine are those spider mines, which is good against like military units, not against buildings. Just gotta say. So, I don't know why I just called Protoss units military units. I guess they're alien military, right? They're literally, like, weaponized aliens. So, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. The warp-in on top of all these, there is the attempted blink away from those spider mines, but the spider mines doing so much DPS, it's actually outrageous. There is a missile turret being planted. Actually, a couple missile turrets being planted. I don't know if this is to prevent, like, DT run-bys, or if this is to prevent scouting from observers. Either way, I'm not mad about it. Oh, man. That spider mine was hungry, bro. That spider mine was waiting. I love the forward blink on top of the spider mines, though. Or on top of the potential spider mines. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but it did bait one of the spider mines. We have a few more spider mines coming down as well. I'm feeling like this is deja vu. The last cast, actually the very first cast I did, not the last one, the very first cast I did featuring this mod was going up against a really heavy Vulture build. I don't remember if it was against a Protoss or not, though. I think it was against the StarCraft 2 Protoss, if I'm not mistaken. It's already been like maybe 2 weeks since I did that cast. Oh, it looks like on the back of this, we have what is going to be an aggressive push out of vultures as well. Will they get intercepted by the Stalkers? They don't. This command center, though, on the run, ends up getting taken down with a really aggressive forward blink from our blue Protoss player. On the back of this, we have the vultures forcing the evacuation of those 3 probes, but this is looking really insane. So many spider mines doing so much DPS, but these Stalkers still somehow alive. I don't know how they're still alive, bro. I swear, the moment I build a Stalker and I look at it funny, it falls apart. It falls apart like it's made of paper put together with glue. I swear, bro. I swear. The big SCV pull. 23 SCVs killed at this point in this push. 26 now killed. The escape, the attempted escape, but so many of those Stalkers going down to the spider mines. Spider mines are totally whacked, dude. They are broken. This observer still alive will spot what is going to be the next command center, replacing its fallen brother. Oh, brutal. I don't know why I want to call Stalkers SCVs. I don't know why my brain is bent on calling them SCVs. The Stalkers running towards the middle of the map. It looks like the spider mines in the middle were cleaned up. Taking a look at the resources lost. 6,200 resources lost to 48, almost 4,900 lost for our red Terran player. Worker supply, let's take a look. 56 workers for our blue Protoss player, 41 for our red Terran player. Army supply, 33 for our blue Protoss player, 25 for our red Terran player. Taking a look at the upgrades, we have Blink and Warp Gate, and that's it for our blue Protoss player. I would call them by their name, but if I say our barcode player, like what? They're both barcode. Like, which one, bro? Which one? But taking a look at the upgrades, it looks like, what is that? 2 vehicle upgrades for our red Terran, and 1 vehicle armor upgrade for our red Terran as well. So I want to say the red Terran player is ahead in upgrades. 3 attack upgrades actually on the way. 1 on the way for our blue Protoss player. Finally, this warp gate will go down. This is so many vultures, bro. This is so many vultures. If I was playing this game, I think I would genuinely develop PTSD from hearing all those spider mines. I wouldn't be able to play the game. I would freeze up. I'd hear the spider mines and I would just stop playing. We have what is going to be a big recall on the 3rd base location, catching these vultures off guard. 2 of them do go down. Taking a look at the workers killed total, 25 killed by our blue player, 21 killed by our red player. And the interception of these vultures. They get fully surrounded by the blink stalkers. All of them go down, and at this point the blue Protoss player has to do some damage. This warp gate is still alive. That is outrageous. I really hope this blue barcode player puts down another pylon. That would just be a meme at this point, man. All these spider mines going down. Where is the okay, there it is. I was gonna say, where's the observer? Because he's got vision, and the observer is with this blue army. At this point in the game, I feel like outside of the spider mines, these vultures are really not a good answer to blink stalkers. I mean, this is at the same time an outrageous amount of spider mines. Why are they not attacking? There we go. Good attempt at blinking back, but that was still a really good hit from those two spider mines, 2 or 3 spider mines. A siege tank on the back of this as well. There is so much splash damage. It's actually hurting my eyes. My eyes are burning seeing all that splash damage. The stalkers finally running away. 3 workers killed in that engagement, so 28 workers killed total for our blue Protoss player. I feel like I always almost say brew, and then I never notice, but our brew Protoss player, another push out with those vultures, but just as the stalkers come towards the 3rd base location, but it looks like the red Terran player does not care. He's going in for the kill. We have the 4th base already. We have what is going to be 1 cannon, or actually was that 2 cannons backed by a shield battery, or two shield batteries backing a cannon? I didn't actually look well enough. I was too focused on what is going to be another push into the main base with these vultures. 3 probes do go down in this engagement. These vultures trying to do something great. Oh, great attempt at that spider mine, but the stalkers are actually really quick at destroying it before it gets a detonation off. So 2 spider mines there. Let's take a look really quick. Okay, it's 2 cannons backed by 1 shield battery. An attempted attack at this 3rd base location as well. 8 workers did go down, so 29 workers killed by our red player, 30 killed by our blue Protoss player. This warp gate is still alive, but doesn't have a pylon on it. It's been alive this entire game. We're at 13 minutes into the game, and it's still alive. There is the cheeky scan on it, though, so the red Terran player sees that it's depowered, and he's like, you know what, that's not worth it. Does lose 1 vulture to those cannons, decides to run away, but does see that there is a saturated 4th base for the Protoss player. Not a fully saturated one, but getting close. And this observer stalker combo is actually outrageous against the spider mines. This is your answer, ladies and gentlemen. If you have trouble against spider mines from Brood War, not that I ever thought I would say that, casting a StarCraft 2 game, but if you have trouble as a StarCraft 2 Protoss player against StarCraft 1 spider mines, go ahead and build yourself some stalkers with an observer. They decide, why did I say they decide? They definitely destroy the spider mines. I think I wanted to say decidedly, and then my brain just stopped working. And another attempt at destroying this. I love that. I love that the blue Protoss player is still trying to keep this thing alive. At this point, he's keeping it alive for the meme. Come on, send a probe over there, dude. Just send 1 probe. That's 1 warp gate that you still have, my guy. Just 1 more. Just 1 more. There is a big tech switch into tanks, though, which I do like. Oh, man, the Colossi look so cool. Do they have range? No, they don't have range yet. Taking a look, they almost have their thermal lance. So these Colossi don't have the ridiculous range, but the charge zealots running on top of these siege tanks is just so good. These spider mines, though, still doing so much damage. Looks like the tanks are getting cleaned up. The Archon on the back of this doing some good splash damage. Still alive somehow. Finally goes down. These Colossi still alive. 6 kills on the one on the right. 3 kills on this one. So 9 kills split between those 2 Colossi. At this point, these vultures are just getting thrown away. Okay, good pullback on that red vulture. Man, this is looking a little sketchy for our red StarCraft 1 player. I almost called him a StarCraft 2 player. What I would maybe get are ghosts and I don't know, nukes or something, but at the same time, that would also force you to build a nuclear silo versus the Comsat station. I really don't know what the meta would be like in a StarCraft 1 versus StarCraft 2 game. To be fair, I do like the StarCraft 1 siege tanks, though. So, fun fact about the StarCraft 1 siege tanks, as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, but they do the same amount of damage unsieged. The only difference is when they're sieged up, they do that damage as splash damage. So, did we just see gravitational, what was it, boosters or whatever for a War Prism? I think we did. Or was that for the Observer? I forgot. I cast so much custom StarCraft that I actually forgot. That's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. There is a good position on these siege tanks, though. Great defensive position, actually. Keeping this third base relatively safe and also kind of in range for the fourth base. If the Protoss player came to the left side of this, though, he would force those siege tanks to unsiege, to move into position. We'll see. I don't think this is going to force the cancel. It definitely won't. A lot of these straggling probes are going to go down, though. 5 probes do go down. The Charge Zealots taking out some of these spider mines before they even burrow, chasing these things down. And I think the Stalkers actually trying to intercept what was escaping Vultures, but the Vultures deciding to actually run back to the 5th base location and take out a lot of these probes. So total 37 probes killed by red and 42 killed by blue. And an attempted engagement in the middle of the map, but this is so many siege tanks, it's actually insane. But nothing really shoots up here except for a few Goliaths. I don't think we're going to see a tech... Wait a minute. We're definitely going to see a tech switch. We have what is going to be a fleet beacon on the way. So seeing all those siege tanks, looks like our blue Protoss players like, hey, look, maybe I'll just do a tech switch into carriers and eat those siege tanks for dinner. And this is a lot of siege tanks. There really isn't a lot of anti-air. So air units would really be the answer to this. We have 2 DTs on the way, likely to do some harassment, but we have 2 science vessels here with this army, so that will give detection for this red Terran army. I almost said red Protoss army. We have an engagement on the back of this. Some of these siege tanks will go down. I think this is a bit of a overcommit for our blue Protoss player, though, losing the majority of his army. Now we're suddenly at what is 17 army to 70, way in favor for our red Terran player. Oh, this is insane. This is insane. Base number 6 will go down. We have a Void Ray on the way. Just one of them, though. Just one Void Ray on the way. Oh, that is brutal. That is so brutal. This Vulture trying to do some damage to this Nexus, but that will not force a cancel unless there are more units that come to harass this. What is this? A big migration of probes. Army supply is now at 30 for our blue Protoss players, so not necessarily over for him, but this is looking a little sketchy. Worker supply, though, is in favor for our blue barcode player, 68 workers to 54. So the economy will be able to sustain this player possibly, but what our blue barcode player has to do is make sure to keep his units alive and not lose them to the tanks. Gotta blink back, bro. Gotta blink away. Oh, man. I really want to see carriers, though. Oh, there we go. We have the carrier on the way. No, this isn't a carrier. Excuse me. This is what is going to be a Tempest. Interesting choice. I think it was a carrier for a second. I swear it looked like a carrier. I wasn't looking at the production tab, but it looked like a carrier to me, dog. It did. It really did. And the hero warp gate at almost 20 minutes into the game, the proxy warp gate finally goes down. Its legacy will be remembered forever until this channel dies, and it will never die. So basically forever. An attempted push at what is going to be, what is this? Kind of the middle of the map. The warp in on top of the siege tank. It will take out the siege tank. Same with this missile turret. Where are the Tempests, though? Taking a look at the units, we do have one Tempest. Where is it, actually? Let's take a look. Units, Tempest. There it is. So, the Tempest coming in to save the day, potentially, but there's really not a lot going on. No way. No way. So the blue Protoss player actually coming in with the comeback. I mean, yeah, he's still at a slight army supply deficit, but it's not like 15 to 70. It's now 47 to 78. Oh, man. Oh, man. Looks like Lockdown is being researched, though, by our red Terran player. So Lockdown is basically an ability that makes your units useless. It's ridiculous. It's such a good ability, and it would be really good against something like a carrier or a Tempest. This Observer will go down. It was in Observer mode, so it could not move. The one Tempest trying to do some damage here. Actually doing a great job at moving it back towards the support of the shield battery. one of the science vessels so close to going down. We do have the defensive matrix on this hero Goliath, though, so the Goliath with its anti-air capabilities will be able to keep that Tempest at bay, but I think we're gonna have a few more Tempests coming in. So now we have what are going to be 4 Tempests and not a lot of anti-air, bro. So this might be what? Okay, so we have 4 Tempests on the field already. For a second, I thought we had 4 on the way. Taking a look at the production tab, we have 2 more on the way. So these Tempests might be the saving grace for our blue barcode player. I mean, this is, to be fair, a really scary looking army. This is what? This is so many siege tanks. How many siege tanks, actually? 19 siege tanks and 12 Goliaths. That is pretty insane, but the siege tanks do not shoot up, unfortunately. A lot of this ground army, though, a lot of this blue Protoss ground army is vulnerable to the mech of the red Terran player. I think this might just be it, though. I think this might be it. Oh, and that's it. Blue throwing out the GG, giving the victory to our red Terran player. And now for the player reveal, the blue Protoss player was the Grandmaster Australian player U up against Kiwan, the red Brood War Terran. Such a fun game. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want me to cast any of your own games, I will leave my email and Discord in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.